So good day everybody, I'm Patrick from All Fish Fly Fishing, and today I will try to explain you the difference between French nymphing and Czech nymphing. Now we are at the border here at the river Ourt in Belgium. Unfortunately we have very high waters, so fishing today is not the case. So we will give you a little bit of theory. Now the first thing that I will explain is French nymphing. This is a kind of fishing that is evolved when we fish in rivers. They are very clear and very low. It is a technique that you can do in rivers about 1 meter in depth in a moderate stream. Now the rods that we use for that kind of fishing is 10-foot rods, between 9 and 11-foot rods in 2 or 3 weights. Not stiff rods, we need a moderate action. Why? With French nymphing we're fishing only with the leader. The setup is a very light reel. I have here the Gatti, the 10-foot 6 for a 2-3 weight. So what is on the reel? On the reel we have a very long tapered leader. Yes, it is about 50 meters long, and he will end on about a 2x. Thereon we set up the indicator. If you see the indicator here, this is the indicator that we use for French nymphing. It is a short one, 3 colors. On each side we have a leader ring. So one side is going on the leader, and on the other side we make the tippets. The tippets is about 2 meters in length, and normally we fish with 2 flies. French nymphing, because we use it in only those rivers with they are shallow, we have 2 nymphs, small nymphs about size 16s, 14s, 18s and 20s. Spaces between the 2 nymphs, it depends on the clarity of the water. When we have very dark water, then you put it 20 centimeters apart, otherwise we go to 70 or 80 centimeters. Now the difficulty of French nymphing is the casting. The casting, because we have only the leader, the very important thing is that you have the right rod to do it. With very stiff rods it is not possible to cast the leader alone. We are not using any fly line, we're fishing with the leader only. So rod is very important, and then surely is exercising. Do it many times on the river, because it is not the easiest way to fish, but the most efficient way. You can fish everywhere almost with it. Now the casting with French nymphing, the advantage is that we can fish with a distance normally about 6 to 7 meters from us with only the leader, and the purpose is to get your indicator just above the water. Because we are in direct contact with our nymphs, you feel every twitch of the fly on the bottom, or when you are lucky it is a trout or a grayling. So what is also important is that you adapt to the depth of the water. So this means that you have to adjust your length of the tippet. So when you are fishing in deeper water, then you have to lengthen your leader. If you're fishing in shallow water, then you have to shorten your leader. The same with the spaces between the flies. Dark water, flies very close to each other. How clearer the water, how much further apart. Yeah. Now the other thing that we also do in Belgium is the Czech nymph. In Czech nymph you can do it with the same rod, but we prefer to do it in sizes, in weights 3 and 4 weights. You need maybe a rod that is a little bit faster. Check nymphing is that you use where you cannot French nymph. What I mean is when you have very turbulent water, deep water, 2 meters, and very high flow, there it is more the use of the check nymph. Check nymphing we do normally with 3 flies, with certainly one very heavy. So with the French we spoke about 14s, 16s, 18s and 20s. There we go to check nymphing more to size 8, 10. So surely with one fly that we have the weight to get it down deep. The other 2 that can be very small flies, or you can do the combination of one very heavy check nymph, 1 dropper above you take a little nymph, and the top dropper you can take a spider. So you can fish different depths. With check nymph we are also fishing under the rod. Not with French nymphing, there we can cast and fish 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 meters from from the place that you are. But with check nymphing it is fishing under the rod. It's a totally different system and also for different places. And the purpose of French nymphing is to fish at shallow waters on very shy fish. So the meaning is that we fish with 2 nymphs. One nymph have to touch the bottom. So it is very important that you know the weight of your nymphs, because you can adjust your depth also, not only to shorten the tippets, but also to change your nymph in a heavier or a less heavier fly. The meaning is that you need to be in contact all the time with your flies. So that I want to say here that you have always to fish with a straight leader. They don't have a belly in the leader, because then you will miss a lot of strikes and a lot of fish. So it is very important that you go casting 45 degrees upstream, immediately get in touch with your flies, then go at the same speed as the flow, and then it is important that your point fly just going over the bottom, and then you have your second fly that is a little bit higher, so you fish 2 depths. And the contact with your flies is very important, because otherwise you will not feel a bite of the fish. Okay. So if we fish French nymph, we use tippets only 9x and 8x. So it is very thin diameter, so you have to watch out when you have a strike that you have a little bit of backup here between your fixed thread, between your fingers and your reel, so you can react to your directly to the bite.